This video is on iteration and using the iterative process to approximate solutions. Now, a bit about iteration, it's similar to trial and improvements, and it's about repeating a process until a solution is found. And actually, one solution is what you input into the next part of the process, which I'll show through the example. And it does link to computer science and programming, so it links to that there. So let's have a look at an example. Now, it says here, an approximate solution to an equation is found using this iterative process. So we've got x, n plus 1 equals 4 minus 2 over x squared n. Now, this n and n plus 1, so you understand the notation, that will be whatever you're inputting in this equation. So you'll input your number there and then you get your solution, which will be the n plus 1. Now, when you go the next time round, you input that to there then. So this is how it works. Now, we'll go through the steps as well and go through this example. So steps are, you sub in your first value of x to find your second, sub in your second value of x to find the third, and you keep repeating that until you find what you want to get. So you're repeating that substitution, and I'll show you actually a shortcut to do this in your calculator, because it is a calculator question. So back to this problem. An approximate solution, we've said, can be found using this iterative process with x1 equaling 1. Our problems start with is find the values of x2 and x3. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you a little shortcut. So what you'll start with to do is start with pressing 1 equals. The reason you're doing that is because starting with x1 equals 1. So if you're watching this and have a calculator, do it with me. Do it with me. So now, this is our equation we're using there. So I'm going to type this in the calculator. So I'm going to type 4. So hopefully you can see at the top I've got 4 minus, okay, and it's 2 over x squared. So I'm going to get the fraction in, 2, and over it I'm going to put, instead of x, because I put 1 equals, I'm going to put answer squared. Now what this does is every time you hit equals, the calculator will put the answer back into the equation. So if I start, I've got this here and I hit equals now, that comes out with 2. So that means 4 minus 2 over 1 squared is 2, which it is. So what you'll do is you'll get this answer and you've got to make a note of this. You've got to write down, so you've got your x1, which is 1, but then x2, which is 2. So you've got to keep a note of this. Now, simply to get x3, because that's what it's asking for, x3, just hit equals on your calculator. So I'm just going to press equals. I've done that and it's come out with my solution. So 7 over 2 or 3.5. So x3 is 3.5. And that is literally the answer to part A. So it's being able to do that. Now I'm not going to press anything yet because part B to this problem says find the solution to 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places. So you go through the same process. Well, not really. Well, you carry on from this here. So you've got here 3.5. What you want to do is keep going until your solution here is to 2 decimal places only. So if I hit equals there, and that gives me something big, so 3.836 da da da. So I'm just going to take it, I'm going to call that x4, just so you know, and that's going to be 3.84. So I'm going to call it that on my paper, but in the calculator I'm just going to hit equals for x5. So I get that. So I've got 3.86. So it's changed, it's not the same one. So for my x6, hit equals 3 point, is saying, the question did say to 2 decimal places. So that is 3.87. So it's changed, it's not the same. So for x7, just hit equals. So here I've got 3.87. So because it's consistent there, same thing again, I could say to 2 decimal places, the solution to this is going to be 3.87. All right, so I've got another problem here. So this one here, we got x plus 1 equals cube root of 7 minus 2x. Okay, and that's like the n and the n plus 1 is just what you've been using. And here that says start with x0. That is literally the same as saying start with x1. It's just your first value is going to be that. So 1's the first one you put in there. And then second question, I'm going to actually let you have a go at these. Is here we got x n plus 1 equals 1 minus x squared n over 3, starting with x equals 0. Now we want to find the values of 1 or x1, x2 and x3 to 3 decimal places for those. So I'll leave those there and I'll go over them in a second. Okay, so this first one here. Okay, so we got x is 1, so start 1 equals in the calculator. Okay, then I'm going to put this, so cube root, so shift there, cube root 7 minus 2 times answer. Okay, so I've got that in the calculator, equals, so I get here x1, okay, 1.710, because I want 3 decimal places. x2 equals 1.530, okay, 3 decimal places. x3 is 1.579, okay, press equals again, get x4, which is 1.566. So it's still changing each time. So if I go x7, so sorry, x5 now. So you've got 1.570. Okay. So I'm gonna go x6 now. Okay, 1.569, and then x7, so hit equals 1.569. Okay, so because it's consistent, it's the same, we know the answer is 1.569 for that there. Okay, so fair bit of working, but you get there in the end. All right, and then second one here, so we start with x is 0, so in your calculator you can start with typing 0 and equals, and then do the same thing. So you're doing, we need a fraction, so 1 minus answer squared all over 3. So press equals and we get our value of x1, because you only want values x1, 2, 3, so x1 equals 0.333 to 3 decimal places, because yeah, equal again, we've got 8 over 27, which is 0.296, so x2 0.296, then hit equals again, and that gives us, lovely there, 0. So x3 is 0.304, and that is using iteration to get approximate solutions.